This is all the socks I have ever knit, and I'm gonna go through my sock knitting journey with you. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather, and today I thought I would do a video talking about my sock knitting journey. One of the reasons I'm doing this is I've got a lot of socks in my collection, and there are some that aren't my style anymore or have just never really fit right, that really I don't necessarily want to keep them, and I'd rather them get some use out of them. My sister has expressed an interest in my knitted socks with the same size, so I said, yeah, I'll give you some of my older ones, and she was happy with that. So yeah, I will talk you through those, and obviously this is just what didn't or did work for me. Everybody's different. So at this rate in my sock knitting journey, I have tried a lot of methods in terms of sock knitting. My sock knitting journey kind of started probably about 5 years ago. It wasn't successful straight away. I actually got really scared the first time. So yeah, my first ever sock I knit was this. And this sock fits amazingly. However, the process of knitting it was traumatizing for me. That I didn't actually knit socks again for probably another 3 years. I used DPN needles and just found a random pattern and tried my best to do it. Obviously they turned out okay. I didn't continue with the sock knitting just because for me, I'm a process knitter, and if the process isn't enjoyable for me, then I'm not going to do it. I probably do have undiagnosed dyspraxia. Coordination wise, I don't do very well. I don't do very well with driving, general directions and cutting. I find it quite challenging. The only thing coordination wise that I probably am good at is knitting and just coordinating 4 needles. It just, yeah. Saying that, I haven't tried it again since this. So maybe I would, or maybe I'll give it a go in the future, we'll see, because obviously I've learned a lot of new techniques since then. But yeah, they fit absolutely perfect, but they did freak me out a bit just because it just was not an enjoyable process. So that is where it stopped and started for a while. I do still wear these socks, so they'll be staying because I powered through them. I love to challenge myself, but there's a difference between challenging myself at a healthy extent and just, quite frankly, stressing myself out to the point where it's not worth it. I'm going to keep these socks because I absolutely love them. Moving on, I decided to give knitting socks another go, and that's why we got this pair. I'm so sorry about the condition of the socks. Like, they've been, some of them that I don't wear have been scrunched up in a drawer for ages. This was my second attempt at knitting socks, and these are socks I will not keep. We went on a cruise and I decided to try knitting socks again. With these, they were cuffed down and they have an afterthought heel. So you knit big tube with magic glue with a long circular needle, and then afterwards you get in and do the heel. These for me are not comfortable. I do not like the kind of thickness you get at the edges of the heel. I don't know if you can see that. See that big thick tab? I do not enjoy the thickness of that. Just on my foot, and also I wasn't very confident in Kitchener then than I like how I am now. So I feel like it could have just been neater. However, my sister will love these because she just wants something warm, and we are the same foot size. So I will be giving these to her. Following on from that, I made another pair. Exactly the same. Again, they are not a comfortable fit for me. I do like how they look. just that kind of thickness around the sides of the heel, just because my feet are also wide already, is not comfortable. These will be going as well. Now these are an Afterthought Heels sock that I most likely will keep. These kind of width wise are too big for me, and for that reason I wear them as like house socks, and they work perfect for that, and they are comfortable, just not in shoes. And then we kind of move on to my next phase of knitting, which was trying a shadow wrap heel. I do love the shadow wrap heel. I've got quite a few that were kind of constructed the same way. You can see the heel. So yeah, these were cuffed down. You put in the short row shadow wrap heel. There's lots of tutorials on YouTube about them. Knit down Kitchener toe. I think these will be going as well. I then went on to knitting toe up with an umbrella toe and a shadow wrap heel. These will most likely be going. Same with these. They'll be going. And I think the only shadow wrap heel ones I would keep are these ones. I dyed this yarn myself. Now that I absolutely love these socks, there is a big problem with them for me, and that is the shadow wrap heel is so narrow for me. I just can't make it work. It's too tight. So like the Afterthought for me is too thick. The shadow wrap is too narrow. My sister does have thinner feet than me, so I think these will be perfect for her. I think the shadow wrap technique is an absolutely amazing technique, and I would strongly suggest that you try that. This is when I started to shift from using magic loop on a long circular needle to using a 9-inch circular. For me, that made a big difference. I found with the long circular needle, it was really hard for me to tension, like kind of where you join it, you know, when you bend the hoop around and join it. So I changed to circular needle 2.5, and that worked really well for me. Moving on to my recent socks, you would have seen these in podcasts. This is when I braved the heel flap and gusset. And I also experimented with like lace in these socks and ruffles. They're absolutely beautiful. These are the Midsummer Dancer socks by Sari Nordland. And from there, I realised that the heel flap really isn't that intimidating, especially when doing it on a 9-inch circular. And also, my Kitchener technique massively improved. Of course, I'll be keeping these. Now moving on to my absolutely favourite socks. I could not even be prouder than these socks. They are kind of everything I envisioned about having a sock, having in a sock. They fit everywhere, just 100% perfectly. These are the Jasmine socks by Debbie Ford, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. And yeah, they were cuffed down, heel flap and gusset with a Kitchener toe. And now going forward, the heel flap and gusset is what I use. It is more work and a little bit more fiddly than the others. However, for me, it's just the perfect fit. It's wide enough, it's supportive enough, it's not too thick. I also do struggle with certain textures as well, so that could explain why the Afterthought heel didn't necessarily work for me. And obviously recently I've made the August Summer Lee socks, and I'm currently making the September Summer Lee socks. So yeah, my tips for sock knitting is just keep giving everything a go. It is frustrating when you don't get what you want, and it is a little trial and error for me anyway. I definitely recommend, if DPNs aren't working for you, try magic loop. If that's not working, try 9-inch circular. I would, yeah, for me, I found Drops Fable to be a really affordable, durable sock yarn. It's not the most soft, but it does the job. Recently I've been knitting socks out of Drops Nord, and honestly, these two pairs of socks are made out of Drops Nord, and they are absolutely just the most silky material I've ever felt, and they're gorgeous. So yeah, that is my sock knitting journey, and obviously my journey is still continuing all the time. I've recently got into colour work, which is a journey of its own, and yeah, I'm really excited to continue my journey in sock knitting and experimenting and knitting in general. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.